Good morning, students. Here we have a chapter, a visit to Cambridge. Cambridge is a place in England and it is famous for its university. Cambridge University, one of the top 10 universities in the world. So, this is a story between two disabled people. Extraordinary because they have done extraordinary things in life. Both of them disabled, or we do not call them disabled nowadays, we call them differently abled. Stephen Hawking is one of the greatest scientists of our time. So one person is Stephen Hawking. All of you have heard about him. The greatest scientist of the 20th century. In fact, one of the greatest scientists of all time. He suffers from a form of paralysis. Paralysis is when your body is not functioning. That is called paralysis. That confines him to a wheelchair. So he is using a wheelchair to move around. And allows him to speak only by punching buttons on a computer. And he cannot even speak. His entire body is paralytic. And he cannot speak. The only way he can communicate or talk to you is through the computer. And the other person is Firdaus Kanga, is a writer and a journalist who lives and works in Mumbai. So here we have two people who are handicapped, or we can say differently abled, and they are having a conversation. Kanga was born with brittle. Brittle is very weak bones. Weak is which tend to break very easily. That tended to break easily when he was a child. So he has got this disease. Like Hawking, Kanga moves around in a wheelchair. So both of them move in a wheelchair. So in this story, the two great men exchange thoughts on what it means to live life in a wheelchair. So they are discussing what kind of life it is to be disabled, paralytic, not able to move, and spending your life in a wheelchair. And how do the normal people react to the disabled? So this particular chapter is being narrated by Firdaus Kanga, who is from India, and Stephen Hawking is in England. Cambridge was my metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech when you compare something. Simile is when there is a direct comparison, like busy as a bee, cold as ice, soft as cotton, white as snow. These are similes. And metaphor is also a comparison. So for Firdaus Kanga, Cambridge meant England, or England meant Cambridge. And it was strange that when I left it, it had become altogether something else. So earlier for him, England means visiting Cambridge. But when he leaves Cambridge, it meant something else. Why? Because I had met Stephen Hawking there. So now for him, Cambridge doesn't mean England. It also means a person whom he meets there. That is Stephen Hawking. So he is visiting Cambridge. I was on a walking tour with Cambridge, through Cambridge, that the guide mentioned Stephen Hawking. And when the guide is showing him around in the Cambridge University, he talks about Stephen Hawking, poor man who is quite disabled now. Though he is a worthy is deserving successor to Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton, you must have heard. Again, one of the greatest scientists who changed the way the world thinks today. Newton's laws, force, mass into acceleration, light. Even he talks about Isaac Newton discovered that light is not white in color, but it has got 7 colors. That is called Vibgyor. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. And today Stephen Hawking occupies that chair in the university which Isaac Newton used to have. And I started because I had quite forgotten that this most brilliant and completely paralyzed astrophysicist is a scientist who studies about stars, planets, the author of one of the greatest all-time selling book, A Brief History of Time. So when the walking tour was done, so now he knows that Stephen Hawking is there in Cambridge. And when his assistant has guided him through the Cambridge University, he rushes, that is, goes quickly to a phone booth on his wheelchair. Those days there were no mobiles, or he was not using a mobile, so he uses a phone booth, almost tearing the cord. Tearing is breaking the cord. Cord is the wire which connects the phone. So it could reach me outside. The outside means outside the phone booth, because he is in a wheelchair. And he phones Stephen Hawking's house. And who picks it up? There was his assistant on the line. And I told him I had come in a wheelchair from India. And he tells him I am also on a wheelchair and I have come from India. And perhaps the assistant thought that all the way I have come on a wheelchair from India to write about my travels in Britain. So here he has come. He is trying to explain his assistant that he wants to meet Stephen Hawking. But I had to see Professor Hawking. And he says, I want to meet Professor Stephen Hawking. Even 10 minutes would do. And he says, it would be a great opportunity for me, even if I could have a meeting of 10 minutes. Half an hour, he said, from 3:30 to 4. And he gives an appointment for half an hour, the assistant of Stephen Hawking. And suddenly I felt weak all over. And why he's feeling weak? Because he's nervous. He's anxious to meet Stephen Hawking in person, जिसके बारे में उसने सिर्फ सुना है. आज वो उसको मिलने जा रहा है. So he's feeling so nervous, so anxious. Growing up disabled, you get fed up with people asking you to be brave, as if you have a courage account on which you are too lazy to draw a check. This line means that normal people ask them, be brave, show strength, do not worry if you are disabled. And they think that there's a account in a bank of courage and we are not taking that courage out of that account. It is like there's money in the bank and we are not taking out the money from the bank. Similarly, Firdaus Kanga is trying to say that people think there's a lot of courage and we are not trying to use it. Then you know how much is possible and you reach out further than you ever thought you could. So you feel stronger when you feel somebody who is also disabled. When you meet somebody who is also disabled like you, then you feel stronger, because here he is going to meet Stephen Hawking, who in spite of his disability, in spite of being paralytic, he has achieved so much in life which even normal people could not. So when he meets Stephen Hawking, I haven't been braved, said his disembodied computer voice. Disembodied means which is separated from his body. His voice is not coming from his body. It is coming from the computer. The next afternoon, he says, I have no choice. I have had no choice in life. So we'll continue this chapter, which is very interesting, which is very educative for all of you, in our next video. Thank you all of you and have a nice day.